Are we live everywhere? Yo, what is going on, fam? What is going on? I want to welcome you to the Do Work Podcast. I'm like still getting my vibe. Yes, yes. We on. Oh, I just killed my cigar. All right. Mike is ready. We ready. We ready. Ready. Cool. Why am I getting feedback? Let's figure that out. Yo, Warhead Instructor Academy. What's good? Mm, I got that. Oh, I see why. I got it. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I know. I'm live in like 20 places, but we're going to get this popping. And now I see why it's doing this. Let's do it. I'm trying something new tonight, y'all. Yo, what's up? I'm trying something new tonight. Okay. What the fuck is up? How y'all doing? Yeah. First of all right. I've decided to go with a La Flor Dominicana. Don't worry about it. Because the other one, I don't know where I got this cigar from. See this? I don't know where I got it from, so I'm not going with it. Secondly, it's been a hell of a year. But it's been a great year. And I'm loving every minute of it. I'm loving every minute of it. I'm super excited. Like it doesn't get any better. Yo, what's up, fam? It doesn't get any better because everything in life happens for a reason. So the next season three of the Do Work podcast is gonna be some next level shit. It's gonna be some next level shit. Okay. And the reason last podcast. Ah yes, last podcast. Last podcast of 2023. Come on now. Oh, last podcast of 2023. So I love this cigar. Anyway, I'm super excited, guys. It's been a hell of a year. And I had like a lot of major life changes. What was it honestly, in the midst of it, it seemed terrible. But everything happened for me. So one of the things that oh, I'm sorry, I gotta look at the screen to get to the comments. I got my screen, my monitor is on a different side. All right, I got you. I see those comments. Yes. All right. Yes, my monitor is in like a million places. All right. One of the things that happened this year that was pretty Not fun, but it happened. I had to close one business and I had to start another. Now, anybody who's in entrepreneurship knows, honestly, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. It happens. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Open another. But it kind of worked out because the other business started to fall in line with where my heart was going, just in general. So I'm super excited about that. So if you haven't, follow you versus you athletics. Check us out. I'm building an online platform. Who's that? Dang, girl. What's up, fam? I'm building an online platform. So I'm super excited about that. And a new community. So if you want to be a part of that community, if you want to be a part of that community, make sure to go over to you versus youathletics.com and follow my fitness page, Diva Richards Box Fit. Yeah, I'll put it up here for y'all. Yeah, I'll put it up. And follow my fitness page. Mm, mm, mm. So podcasting wasn't a priority last year because I was dealing with closing a business, opening another one. I moved back to Philly. There you go. Follow me on the Fox Fit. There we go. Can y'all hear me good? Okay, just making sure you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know. Oh, Jason Dipper! What's up, Jason, my guy? So anyway, moved back to Philly, which was pretty fucking awesome. I'm excited. I love living in Philly. It's great. It's amazing. It's one of the best things ever, you know? Um, but tonight is not even about it. It really not. One, this is the last episode of 2023. This is the last episode of 2023. Okay? And there are a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about that after really sitting back and like watching this year, because I still feel like since the pandemic, everything's been a blur. It could just be me. I'm past a lot of it, but everything's been a blur. Okay. So I kind of was thinking like, what things should we leave in 2024? Because you'll see next year as we go into season 3 of the Do Work podcast. Yes, this is season 3. I can't believe I fucking got this far. But one of the things that I've noticed, and it's been driving me nuts, is that the need for just attention seeking behavior. Now, social media is just that. It's social, and we socialize through media. The media we like right now. So I'm participating in social media, right? We socialize through the media. We share via picture, video, or responses, whatever. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I'm watching and I'm noticing that a lot of people, a lot of influencers, there seems to be a trend. And initially, I thought it was generation. I did. I 100% was like, oh, it's the younger generation, these damn kids. No, but it's not. I'm going to tell you what it is. You know what it is? Everybody, this trend of I want to be authentic, so I'm going to cry on camera. I'm gonna cry on camera because I want my audience to know and understand me and feel my pain and blah 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 and all this soft emotional snowflake bullshit. Right? I'm done with it. Yo, what's up, Tiff? Yo, I'm like done with it, right? So this is the thing. I want you to understand how contrived and narcissistic this shit is. Just follow me for a fucking second. I have a bad day, right? I have a bad day. I go, fuck this, I hate my life is hard, all the whiny baby bullshit that people do. And in the midst of my bad emotional day, I pull out this device right here. I prop it up on the dash in my car, and I say, guys, I have to tell you what happened. This is so hard. Like, I think you don't understand something. How narcissistic do you have to be to, in the middle of an emotional breakdown, go to your social media and have a meltdown for sympathy? And before y'all say to me, Diva, no, it's not like that. People reach out to their fans and their followers and all that bullshit. Time out. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not one point in my life and I've been through a bunch of shit, which is why I'm writing a book. But there's not one day or one point in my life where I woke up and I had some fucked up day. And I said to myself, let me get out my camera and cry for these people and let them know I had a bad day. That shit is weird. It's weird. It's not normal. So to all those influencers who are crying on camera and their emotions and all this extra bullshit, I'm gonna be honest with you, nobody cares. Because then the flip to that is those same influencers be like, I would like my privacy at this time. Nah, we invested, baby. We are invested. You don't get privacy now. You was crying about Rolando Boo Boo. So now, how's Rolando? Are you guys back together? I have questions. I'm invested. You don't get to have privacy now. That's the thing. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, the book is going to be lit. Like you don't get to have privacy now. Once it's out there, it's out there. So generationally, the thing that's killing me, and again, I'm saying generational, but it's not because this chick's on there in their 40s and 50s doing this shit, and it's whack. It's attention seeking. If you have a bad day, life's not going your way because everybody is soft now, emotional snowflakes. Life's not going your way, and you decide you're gonna cry on camera so you can get sympathy from people you don't know because you feel like they love you, they care for you, they support you. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I love everybody who follows me on any platform. But at the end of the day, you ain't losing no sleep over my shit. You not. You're not losing no sleep over my. You're not losing sleep over nothing that happened over this way. You might be like, damn, D, tough break. Or you might do what people do. And I always laugh, I say, because black people always be like praying for you, but that was the prayer. Like they didn't probably really pray. They just said, we praying for you. That was the prayer. Like, ain't nobody worried about you like that. So for me, in 2024, I need all you influencers, and not even influencers, because a lot of times it's just, it's like your cousin Ray Ray. He had a rough day and he want to cry on Instagram. That's not how we do that, bro. You do it at home. You do it in the privacy of your own house. Oh, I see it. There was no social media when I was going through cancer and shit. I hear you. I hear you. But even and this is the thing, if it was, is that something you really trying to share with everybody? Absolutely not. So in 2024, I'm encouraging people to be private public. Be private public. And you're probably like, well, Diva, what's private public? I'm in private public as hell. So what does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. I'll even teach you how to do it. Shit, I'll write a course. Private public is simply this. Everybody knows what you say about yourself and what you exemplify. Now, does that mean my image is overly curated? No. Anybody who's met me and tell me everything you see right now, that's me. I am who I am. But if there's something you don't want to share, you don't share it because once it's out there, you got to address and deal with it. You don't get to pull back. You don't get to pull back. And celebrities have the worst time with that. But I don't do pop culture. I don't give a shit about celebrities. All I'm saying is, please stop setting up your camera, telling me how hard your day was. Bitch, you set up your camera. It ain't that bad. You set up your iPhone. That was $1,000. Ain't they like 12? It might be 1,200 now. So with that being said, if you set up your $1,200 cell phone, you good. Life ain't hard. You just had a bad day. Man up. Yo, this cigar is fire. This is LaFleur. Let me get in these comments. I'm trying to cut down on the social media and take breaks. Yo, I'm with it, Jay. I'm with it. I'm with it. It's just these cats are soft. Anyway, learn to be private public. If you DM me, I'll teach you how. So the podcast. I actually did a lot of episodes this year. I had to take a large break because I was dealing with some shit. Dealing with some shit. Had to take a break, dealing with some shit. But I still got the amount of episodes I wanted to get in, which I think is phenomenal. But next year's going to be a little different. So I want to talk about certain things. Now, I'm not a fan, like I said earlier, I don't like pop culture. I don't give a shit about Diddy and his girlfriends and what dudes he banged. No desire. I don't care about stuff like that. Even though, unfortunately, it's dominating my feed, I don't care about stuff like that, right? I don't care. Yeah, I'm just not a pop culture person. The celebrity shit does not interest me. I don't care what they wear, what they do, who they sleep with, what car they drive. Like, I don't care. Ain't putting money in my pocket, so no concern. But you know what I do care about? That a lot of people don't want to talk about. I care about politics tremendously. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking politics next year, which means some of y'all gonna probably unfollow me in the process, and it's okay. I love you. Godspeed. Next, we're gonna be talking about government, politics. We're gonna be talking about government. We're gonna be talking about social issues, and yes, we're always gonna talk about motivation and free thinking and entrepreneurship because that's the core of what I do. I'm still an entrepreneur. I still have 3 businesses. And the cool thing is, depending on where you met me in my journey, there are people who knew Diva when Diva was a trainer, training out of the parks in Philly and in Camden, when nobody knew who I was, but I was building shit. I'm talking ground zero. Like, truthfully, this was before it was Instagram and it was on Facebook, right? And then there are a lot of people who met Diva along the way. Then there were people who met Diva when she had her big jump. So they met Diva more in her entrepreneurial space, not really training, not really teaching, like that. And then there are people who met Diva in her speaking phase when Diva was traveling and speaking. Yes, I talk about myself in third person. Get at me, bro. There are people who met Diva in her speaking phase, and then there are people who met Diva in her, wherever the fuck I am now, that phase. But the thing that is simply important is this: next year is going to be different. The guests are going to be different. The lineup is insane. Everybody coming on a podcast next year is bringing straight heat and straight fire. They're going to be people you don't know. They're going to be people you know. But the thing is this: every episode is going to leave you thinking. I want you to think, bro. I want you to think. I want you to think. I want you to think freely. I don't want you to do what everybody else is doing. I don't want you to go with the flow. I don't care. I don't care what your party is or what you believe. I want you to think for you. Get out of the habit of group think. I was just talking about this with my homie when we were in Cancun working, like how powerful group think is. I don't want you to get sucked up into group think. You don't have to think what everybody else is thinking. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I want to get you away from that. Like, that is my goal. So we talking Do Work Podcast 2024. I'm gonna teach you guys how to not be sheep. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If you already follow me, you already ahead of the curve. That means you think for yourself. That means you think for yourself. What do I mean about not being sheep? What do I mean about not being a part of group think? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. So I'm black, I'm gay, I'm an entrepreneur, right? I have to think certain ways, right? And I'm not gonna really get into it today, but according to Biden, if you didn't vote for him, you're not black. But I digress. I have to think how other people in the LGBTQ plus IJK community think because, I'm gay, so I must agree with them. No, I don't. As an entrepreneur, I have to do what everybody else is doing because it's the new thing and this was trending right now. It's popular. Nah, not at all. I want you to think for yourself. You're allowed to feel differently. You're allowed to think differently. Now, mind you always address, yo, what's up, fam? You always address your opinions respectfully. And that's the thing. Like, in everything I've done, in everything I've been through, I've never been disrespectful. But I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. And I don't have to agree with you. Religion don't matter. I don't have to agree with you. And that's okay. But as we go into 2024, what you're going to see on the podcast is going to be really different. And the thing that is going to be that's going to make every episode riveting for you guys is my goal is to force you to think. I didn't say agree with me. I said I want to force you to think. I know that's not fun. It's not as fun as talking about how many boyfriends did he got. I get it. It's not as fun. But I'm going to tell you this. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, okay? So I advise you to pay attention, look around, think for yourself, and don't be worried about what your favorite celebrity is doing because it's a distraction. It's a simple distraction. And if you don't believe me, as we dive into season 3 of the Do Work podcast, you will see more of that. Do I still do fitness every day of my damn life? Every day of my damn life. Fitness has always been a grounding force. We're going to talk a lot about fitness in 24. There are a lot of health trends that are just driving me insane. Okay? I've always been one for, people loving themselves and accepting themselves for who they are. But now that has turned into a cop-out. I can't even tell you how many episodes I've done about this, but it's just gotten progressively worse over the last 3 years. It's the cop-out. Being 400 pounds is acceptable because I'm living my best life and it's who I am. Nah, it's not acceptable. It's not. And it's not healthy. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. You're not. And if you're going to say, well, there are skinny people who aren't healthy. You're absolutely right. They need to get their shit together too. Everybody needs to get their shit together. We all need to get our shit together. But there's so many movements and agendas right now that are moving forward that just are no bueno. They're not good. The whole fat acceptance movement, not good. It's not healthy. It's gone too far. It's the difference between loving yourself and gluttoning yourself. And I think they trying to act like, oh, the line is skewed. It's not. It's not cool. I have a guest coming on in January who you guys are going to love. Oh, he's a firecracker. The shit that comes out his mouth, right? But you're going to like it. It's going to be an amazing episode. I've been out and I've been very open about my sexuality. Again, private, public. This is one of those things. I'm gay. Nobody cares. I've been gay for, 30-something years. Nobody's ever cared. I've never had a problem a day in my life. Now, this is not to diminish anything that anybody else is going through. But, I live my life. I mind my business. If you don't like it, cool. We keep it pushing. But now, even me, as a gay black woman, I feel like it's overkill. You're not 3 years old and know you're gay. Why? And I'm gonna tell you why I don't know. Because you haven't even identified like sexually what you like or don't like or enjoy or even what it is. So you're not telling me at 3 that you decide you want to be the opposite sex and want to love the opposite sex. You don't. I don't like what's happening to our children. I don't. Transitioning kids before they even have fucking common sense. It's terrible. It's all terrible. And these are all things that typically go against, right? Because black, gay, a woman, I should be okay with this. Well, I'm not. So just know, 2024 is going to be real different. Please have Michael Hearn and Mona guest. Oh, Mike and Mona coming in. It's going down. You ain't even got to worry about that. Mike and Mona are coming on. That's easy. That's easy. I got a lot of people. Wait till you see this lineup. It's nasty. This lineup is crazy. But I need you guys to understand something. One, the big thing to take away from today is I want you to think. And I want you to learn to think for yourself. I've said that in so many episodes, so many times, over and over and over again, and people still don't get it. Groupthink is terrible. Groupthink is terrible. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing because they're doing it. We are not in high school. We're not in grade school. Critical thinking is important. So each episode is going to push that aspect. I'm not going to tell you what to do, feel, or think, but I am going to present you with things that make you go, maybe I should change my mind, or maybe I should look into this more, or maybe I should think deeply into something. Not here to share conspiracy theories and none of that shit. Don't care. But it's important. It's super important that you guys wake the fuck up, see what's going on, and make changes. Are we still going to talk about entrepreneurship? Of course. I have some amazing friends and people that I know who are amazing entrepreneurs. The entrepreneurial landscape has changed tremendously. You don't have to be, the smartest, the brightest to win. You just got to know who to hire and how to outwork people. It really is that simple. You got to see where the market and industry is going. It really is that simple. The workforce is changing. The workforce is totally changing. I keep telling people when they added all the self checkouts, I was like, oh, there goes those jobs. Now, some people might be, oh, geez, but they were lazy. And don't get me wrong, I'm real quick to yell at people about work ethic and how hard they're going to work. But let me tell you something. The workforce is changing. AI is real. AI is really real. It's actually amazing, some of the stuff. If you look it up, the stuff that's been created and what it can do. I had a friend of mine that just posted, they had an accident at Tesla where a robot slashed into somebody's back. A robot. Look, all I'm saying is I want you to think. I want you to think. I want you to feel. I want you to spark. I want to evoke emotion for you. What's up, y'all? What is this? I can take $100 grocery order and make it 75 at self checkout. You know what's interesting about self checkout? And I promised myself I was not going to be on here long tonight, but thank you for this comment. The thing that's interesting about self checkout is this. All these years, people follow me around the store. They checking to see if you steal. All of a sudden, you don't think people are stealing? I mean, I'm not. But you don't think people are stealing? You think the guy at Walmart caught them chips at the bottom of the bag? I don't know. All of a sudden, nobody cares about that. But it's important to know this. 2024 is on the horizon. It's time for you to do something new, do something better, be bigger, be bolder. I want you to think, I'm going to have some amazing guests on here. I cannot wait for you to meet these people. Because the goal is to make you think. Yes, it's going to make you uncomfortable. Probably ain't going to like what I got to say. But that's cool. I ain't worried about that. I've never been one to be worried about what people think or what they. I don't care. I've honestly never cared. Genuinely never cared. So, what does this mean? If you haven't, make sure, fam, one, follow my fitness Instagram. Okay? My boy asked me today, it's Diva Rich Box Fit, it should be up there. My boy asked me today, he was like, D, yo, you getting jacked. What are you doing? What are you training for? I was like, bro, life, motherfucker. Life. I promise you this. I will never get caught slipping again. I got caught slipping. And it's okay. It happens to the best of us. I will never get caught slipping again. Lesson learned. No, man, I'm training for life. As we all should be. As we all should be. So, before I got comments on this. I forgot. I'm on 3 platforms tonight. Warrior Instructor Academy. Yo, can we talk about Warrior? So, look. One of the things I did in the last year, co-created a boxing fitness program called Warrior Combat, and that shit is fire. So do me a favor, go over to Instagram, follow Warrior Combat. If you haven't, if you're listening to this on Spotify and Apple, go follow Warrior Combat. So you can see the fitness program I co-created with my good friend and tattooed homie, Miss Ellen DeWord. Yo, if y'all don't know my friend Ellen DeWord, follow her too. She's cool as shit. I've never in my life met somebody who is completely covered in tattoos. Like, she has like this crazy full Japanese body to this wild. She's gonna be on the show. But go follow her. You'll see what I mean. She's covered. It's insane. And lastly, I want to get into this before I hop off of here. Sorry, let me jump back into these comments on this other page. Boom, comments on the other page. Cool. I'm writing a book. Okay. So one, and this will be a whole podcast episode. I'll probably talk about this another time, but this is the short version. I'm writing a book. Yes, it's a book about winning at the game in life. It's a book about mindset. It's a book about the lessons I've learned thus far. Contrary to popular belief, I've been on this earth a long time. When I was just in Cancun, I met some people and they didn't believe I was as old as I was. And I literally said to them, I have lived many lives and many moons. I've seen and done a lot. So this book is going to be about that and how to overcome obstacles and what you can do to avoid pitfalls, have a bulletproof mindset, and wake up and win. So this book is going to be amazing. And what I will do every Wednesday, I'll like drop a little nugget for you from the book. It is a lot harder than I expected to write, not because I don't have the information, just because writing is a lot of work. And for all you weirdos that are about to say, well, Diva, you could just do it in AI. AI works best for like fiction. Like if I was going to write, like I can go into Chat GPT and say, hey, write me a book about a space invader with one eye who falls in love with half pig, half unicorn. Like I could do that and give more and more details in Chat GPT to do that for me, right? AI would do that. But when we're talking about intellectual property and concept, Chat GPT don't know Diva. So Chat GPT can't write a book for Diva. Because Chat GPT does not know what Diva's been through. So for everybody like, oh, you gotta do right. Like for example, I have to have, what is it? I think I just talked to my developmental editor today, and he was like, "Dee, you gotta have, I think I gotta have 15,000 words by January 15th." Diva has like 8,000. I'm still like super short, so I got a lot of writing to do in the next 2 weeks. And it's not just random writing; it needs to make sense. It needs to have structure. So this book has been awesome because one, it's afforded me an opportunity to relive a lot of shit that I kind of forgot. But as I'm doing it now, I remember, and I'm like, whoa, how am I not dead? I can't wait to share it with you. And well, I got a whole list for y'all now. I did that. I did that. I did that. Yo, I think we're actually done, guys. So let me get to these questions because y'all popped some questions on here. If you're listening to this on replay, don't worry. I'm going to repeat the question for you. Let me scroll back. All right, here's the question. First question is from Mary. Are you coming to Ohio for the Arnold? You know what? I think so. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm coming to the Arnold. Because I think one of my boys is boxing that weekend. Not really sure yet. So I gotta figure it out. All right, let's get into these other questions. Next question. Oh, this is a comment. Okay, my boy Jake Thibodeau. I don't need AI to write. I've already written 4 books years ago with no AI. Well, yeah, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people have they think AI is the answer, and it's not. It is part of it though. You do need to learn how to use it and know how to use it because you'll be the one with the job. That's why the writer's strike was such a big deal because, the studios were like, we don't need writers. We can just use AI. With interesting enough, and in that situation, they probably could because all the stories are made up unless it's like some story about somebody who's already existed and there's enough literature on for the for the software to pull from. But yeah, AI can write a cartel movie, 100%. That's enough for it to pull from. It was going to take a lot of jobs for a lot of people. The writer's strike was crazy. If you don't know about what happened in the writer's strike, I definitely encourage you to look it up. It was interesting. All right, so let's wrap this up. One, season 3 starts January 3rd. Make sure you tune in. 2, it's going to be different next year. I'm just telling you. Yes, motivation, mindset, but we're going to dive into some things. I don't do pop culture. I told you that. I don't do pop culture. Don't ask me. Usually I make like one comment, and it's usually around the fact that they are just weird. That's why it's called Holly Weird and not Hollywood. Okay? 2, we're going to talk about perspective. We're going to talk about awareness. We're going to talk about you being a free thinker. And I know damn it, I'm putting it on a t-shirt. We're going to talk about you being a free thinker and avoiding groupthink. Like, please, please, please learn to think and decipher things for yourself. And lastly, we're always going to talk about politics and government. And if you're like one of those people, well, I don't think we should discuss politics, you might as well just unfollow me now. Because we're going to discuss it. And this is why it affects you now. Again, we probably ain't going to agree on everything. I'm all right with that. But we're going to talk about it because that's some shit that affects you. Just to backtrack, who Diddy sleeps with doesn't affect you. What Biden does affects you. What Trump does will affect you. What happens in local government will affect you. Those are things that will affect you. So we are going to talk about that. I like policy. I'm into policy. I think it's awesome. And we're going to talk about the entrepreneurial landscape, like I said, because it is changing. It is changing. Yes, we're probably about to go into a recession. It's definitely, well, let's be quite honest. We're already in it, but we're not at the bottom yet. The bottom is still coming. They thought it would be here a little sooner. I'm surprised it didn't hit sooner, but the bottom is coming. And lastly, I'm always going to talk about fitness. I got a lot of cool fitness friends and people I know, so I'm going to have people come on and talk about fitness and mindset. Because I'm going to tell you something. I always say that fitness is a metaphor for life. Fitness is a metaphor for life. I'm so glad I chose this before Dominicana. Can I tell you? Fitness is a metaphor for life. It says a lot about who you are, your character, what you're willing to work for, strive for. It does a lot of things. So I'm always going to swing fitness back in the loop. So be ready for that. And if you haven't, guys, go over to DevaRichards.com. Subscribe to the newsletter. I'm only sending out like 1 or 2 a month. Don't worry. You ain't going to be getting a million emails from me. You're going to get one more from me probably this week to talk about, remind you guys that season 3 drops January 3rd. And every Wednesday night, we're going to be here live with a new cigar. Today was the La Flor Dominicana, but there's a whole bunch I can try. And we're going to talk about stuff. And I'm going to have my friends on. And they're going to help us talk about stuff and discuss things. And be ready to be triggered. Because I know a lot of people are easily triggered. Everybody's so damn offended now. But be ready to be triggered. All right, let me get into these comments real quick. So, I totally believe AI is coming for the fitness professional next. It came for actors. You can't tell me that it's not coming for group acts. Definitely for people like Peloton or Lululemon Mirror Peeps. You know what's interesting? And I really got to get off here because I need to go to bed and I have to write. I haven't been writing. I didn't write yet today. And I got to do a certain amount of words per day or I will not meet my deadline and my development editor feel like move me into a different program. I don't want that. So, yes, I can see them getting creative instructors and I can see them doing it for that. It won't affect the classroom, but I agree with you that AI can affect online workouts. I can see that happening 100%. Why couldn't you build a perfect instructor that was half Jess King, half Robin Arzón, and put them together and you have this person and this energy and this presence? Yeah. And AI gets smarter as it goes and it develops and it responds. So, yeah, 100%. I can see it won't affect in person, but it'll definitely affect the digital platforms, the Les Mills, and I can see it happening to Body and stuff like that. So that's a good topic. We can talk about that. All right, fam. 2024 is on the horizon. I might hop on here one more time this week. We'll see. Thank you so much for tuning into the Do Work Podcast. Remember, Do Work Podcast, we just discuss all things mindset, motivation, entrepreneurship, free thinking. That's going to be huge for 2024. How to live your best life possible. Today is no different. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe to the newsletter. Go over to divarichards.com. Subscribe there, and I'll lock you in. Make sure to follow me on social. If you're not there already, go over to Diva Richards on Instagram. Diva Richards on Facebook. See how simple I keep it for y'all? And Diva Richards on Threads. I'm on Twitter, but I'm not. Wait, it's not Twitter. I'm on Boom X, but I'm not on X because they wild up in those X streets, and I don't want no parts of it. All right, you guys have an amazing night. Be great. Let's go.